it's been a long time coming, but I'm finally launching my coffee. So introducing Moments Coffee, which is all about having a cup of coffee with someone special and sharing a moment. So today I'm in Washington Square Park and I'm inviting people to share a moment with me. So this segment is spill the beans. Give me the bochinche, give me the gossip, you know what I'm saying? Like, tell me a crazy story, profess your love for someone. You guys, this company is so near and dear to me. So much energy went into creating this brand. So I want to invite you guys to follow the Instagram and stay tuned for the launch this Wednesday where you guys will be able to check it out.
I am here with the fantabulous. I don't know if that's no longer a nice word to use, but I'm using it anyway. No me importa.
I love it.
Enough cow. So, and she's fantabulous. She's hardworking. She's entrepreneurial. She's everywhere. She's literally like the movie title, Everywhere All at Once.
Hi, everybody.
So she's done commercials. She's done what else? And now she has, aside from commercials, she's also done work with the community. She's been on a float. She's done a lot.
Puerto Rican festivities.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. And we're going to talk about her newest venture, Moments Coffee.
Yes.
So I have Afternoon Revive, in case for those of you at home. And there is a website for Moments Coffee and Morning Hustle, which says fuel your ambition.
That's right.
That's right. So basically the coffees are...
We're starting 2025 with flips, so let's see what people are doing to flip their resolutions. What are you planning to flip the script on this year?
I'm planning to be in the moment and give back what I receive in return.
Oh, she said I'm going to give you the energy you give me. Who do you plan on sharing flips with?
My husband, he loves the sweetness, I love the saltiness, the perfect combo.
So tell me, how do you plan to flip the script on your New Year's resolution?
Well, just make one and then figure it out.
Make one and figure it out. Okay, second question. What is something you're looking forward to this year?
I don't look forward. Just live in the present.
I'm done. I'm taking that's amazing. That's amazing.
That man knows what he's talking about.
He knows what he's talking about.
Flip 2025.
How do you plan to flip the script on your snacking in 2025?
Flip the script. Tear that bag open and eat it. Tear it up. Love me some pretzel with some chocolate on it.
I mean, who doesn't like that, right?
Exactly. I'll flip it on these right here. Tasty, tasty, baby.
Yeah. If you could have a flips in a special flavor, any flavor of your choosing, what would it be?
Oh my God, imagine a flips tres leche.
Aye. They need to reach out to you for the recipe.
I got it.
That
Hit me up.
ingenuity, baby.
Hello,
Ingenuity.
hello.
are about 4 ounces.
Well, those that's for you. That's a special thing. But I'm selling it in 8 ounces. Everything's 8 ounce.
Yes. So this is the 4 ounce, and then there's also 8 ounce. Go to the website, momentscoffee.com.
.us.
.us. So purchase a bag and support. Hello.
Yes, thank you.
So the one and only, the lovely Jasmine Ruiz.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Yes, yes, yes. So coffee, ¿cuándo pasó? When did it happen? When did you have your aha moment for coffee?
I mean, I love coffee. And I know so many other people love coffee. And it's something that many cultures use to connect with other people, share special moments, in a very social way. And it's also something that people use to do business, you know, hey, let's grab a cup of coffee. So it's so universal in just connecting people. And I really, really, really love that. And then for me, of course, I use it to get a kick in the morning and I've been doing that since college, you know, like depending on coffee. I only have like 1 cup a day. I try not to do more. But of course, there have been moments where I've had a paper due and I'm like, I need some more coffee. So it's definitely been something that I've just always loved. Moments Coffee came to be because one of my followers who just loved my videos and, you know, just appreciates my work, reached out and was like, hey, listen, you know, I would love to work with you. I have a whole coffee roaster. And so we started chit-chatting. And he was the one that brought me the idea of like, listen, do you want to start a coffee brand? We could work together. I'm like, you know
Oh,
what? I love coffee. Let's do it. And so thus Moments Coffee began.
mhm.
There were a lot of different changes along the way, but I'm really happy in having settled on Moments Coffee. I think it embodies everything that I wanted to. And if I could take any message and drive home, it would really to be that, so often we chase our dreams or our ambitions. And often when you're doing that, you have to sacrifice something. And people often sacrifice their communities because they're working,
Yeah.
50, 60, 70 hours a week, and they don't have time for friends or they don't have time for family. So Moments Coffee is really about the balance that you can have both with some balance. And Moments Coffee would love to be there for both of those things, for the hustle, the ambition, the business, but also for the bochinche on Abuela Sofa. You know what I mean? And yeah, a lot of that inspiration in the package. There are dichos de abuela, which is just
Yeah.
sayings from your grandmother. And that came about. I would drink a lot of coffee with my ex's grandmother for a number of years, all the time. And yeah, that was just such a special moment to me. And I know so many people love drinking coffee with their elders. And I'm like, I need a Dichos card in there.
No, yes. So the dichos de abuela, sayings from abuela. A hard head makes a soft booty.
hmm
We're on TV, so I can't exactly, say it.
Got you.
Clearly.
Hard in the head
And
makes
it
a soft
is, it is community television, so I have to adhere to certain standards and protocols.
heart, of course.
Um, El que no coge consejo no llega viejo. Tómate tu cafecito. Translation. He who does not take advice does not get old. Drink your coffee.
Yeah.
So that's a very sage advice.
Yep.
And honestly, that's I think that's different because a lot of coffee brands are like, okay, our coffee has da 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 da, and
Yeah.
it's from this part of the country, and it's from
Mhm.
South America, y que sé yo qué, que sé yo cuánto, which is good. But
And
sometimes,
that's great. And listen, I have that information on the
no,
back.
absolutely, of course.
You'll see where the roast is from, like where the
Yeah,
beans from. Is it a single origin? Does it come
yeah.
from multiple countries? Is it a blend? We have whole bean, we have ground. So I do have all that information in there. But when it comes to like the
Mhm.
brand, I really wanted to focus on it's really honestly, it's not about me. It's not about the beans. It's about the people and it's about the quality of
Right,
connection that
right.
happens over coffee. And the beans are great. They
Really.
speak for themselves. This is delicious coffee. It's not competing with the Bustelo or the Pilong. It's not competing with that. This is competing with, your $8, $9, $10 cup of coffee from a fancy cafe that you can now have in your house because these are artisanal coffee beans,
Yes.
very small batch production. It's not massive production like some of these other huge brands that you might find in the coffee shop. So it really is special.
No, and I think that's fantastic actually that it has that, home feel.
Yeah.
Because sometimes
Yeah.
people feel kind of, I don't know, left out or just, like I can't find something that suits me, especially in this, currently in these last 15, 20 years, everybody's been, trying to find like their niche or create habits for themselves. And I think
Mhm.
after also the pandemic, everybody's just been trying to be like, well, home became my safe haven, as well make it comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah. True. A lot of people have invested in their homes. Um,
No, it's true, it's
and
true. And I
yeah.
think it's great that this coffee brand is actually speaking to, that sense of comfort and creating that, that humble abode experience.
Yeah. Yeah. And when it comes to the brews, like I really want to highlight that I chose them based on, me loving them, but
Mhm.
also I want each brew to like represent something. So like the Evening with Abuela brew, that I call it the Pangea of coffee because it has coffee from Africa, South America,
Wow.
like literally bringing all the continents back together. Um, and yeah, that for me, I was like, wow, bringing things together. I thought about Abuela. I'm like, this makes sense You
This
know,
is
for
true.
the afternoon one, that's an espresso blend. So I love that in the afternoon, a quick little, something.
Okay, so this is gonna
Um,
wake me up.
it's gonna wake you up.
Not that I'm walking around sleeping, by the way.
Yeah, and then the morning one, it's like a medium to dark roast, but it's actually like very easy to drink. It's very light. It's
Mhm,
not as full
mhm,
bodied as the other one, so that felt very much like a morning roast.
mhm.
And today I just launched La Rubia, which is our blonde roast, and it's a
Aw,
origin coffee from Brazil. So for
wow.
you watching, you can now get that because I have people asking like, "Where's the light roast? Where's the blonde roast?" And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna give them La Rubia.
No, exactly. Because people always
Hey Titi, what's up? Oh my God, did you hear? Hear what? That Benito's talking all about Gabriela in the song El Club and all over the album? Or that Jose's having another baby? You know that, mommy? Hey, did I call you or did you call me? Because I have something to say. Oh, okay. What's up? What happened? Moment's Coffee just dropped the blonde blend. You know they called it La Rubia. I think it's for me. Titi, you know you're not a real blonde, right? Mija, have some respect, okay? You're right, Titi. That's for you. That's for you. You gonna get some? Yes, of course, because you know I'm drinking the afternoon one now and it's really good. I love an espresso roast. Pero I like a blonde roast too. Okay, I like something a little light sometimes. All right, well, damn, get some. Let me come over and have some with you. Yes, mommy, of course, Ben, come over. You know, I like when people come over, but I don't know why. For some reason, they don't be wanting to come over. I wonder why.
exactly because people always ask, every time you launch something, it's like, well, what about me? What about me?
Yeah,
It's like,
everyone's
I
like, what
got
about me?
you.
What
I
about
heard
this?
you.
What about this? So I'm like slowly trying to like get those things. And
Mhm.
then coming soon also, I'm going to have a decaf blend. I'm
Oh,
waiting
good.
to get that in to taste it and see what's up with that before I make it available. But a lot of
Mhm,
people have been asking me for a decaf as well. So stay
mhm.
tuned.
So, with the coffee brand, is there any specific like hopes and dreams and aspirations for it, or you just want to continue at a steady pace, or?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm a dreamer if there ever was one. So lots of dreams.
Right.
Right now, my first goal is to get more people to buy it and try it. And I know how difficult that can be, especially when you have people that are so loyal to their coffees. But give it a try. I'm telling you, this is gonna knock it out the park for you. And then I want to get it into some, restaurants in New York City.
Mhm.
And after that, I would like to go into just more wide scale distribution and get it into some really big chains. But one step at a time.
No, yeah, of course. And
Mhm.
people don't understand, especially as an entrepreneur, and that you're taking on this venture. There's steps to it. There's levels,
Yep, yep,
and
of course.
sometimes it's not good to accelerate certain levels because then it's a whole like thing for Shark Tank
Yeah,
at this.
I'm in no rush.
Yeah, of
Everything's in divine timing for me, like,
course.
and that's another thing. I feel like a lot of hey, my cat is like all up in my plant right now. I feel like a lot of people often
Hmm.
they want to get something done quickly, which is why they often sacrifice that. Oh, I can't make it to the family event, or I can't hang out with my friends. I'm busy. I gotta hurry up and do this, do this, do this, do this. I'm of the belief, like, I would rather take a little bit slower to get somewhere if I could, have that community to support me throughout the way. I don't want to be an island. No man is an island, but I actually don't want to be an island at all. I'm very happy, taking things slow. So of course, big dreams for the coffee company, but I'm in it for the long haul. So I don't need Moments Coffee to, be in Whole Foods and every other big chain tomorrow. I'm taking it one day at a time, and I'm really excited for what's to come.
No, and that's fantastic. I think that's like the best thing and the best approach, considering everything that's going on in the world. Take your time.
Yeah, just take it slow. Take it slow. There's no
Mhm.
rush. Life is, life is short, but life is long.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
So aside from the coffee brand, you've also done work, especially your commercial work that you've done. You recently worked with Flips. I saw you in a commercial for SNY,
Yes.
and I was like, I recognize that mother.
That's me. Yes, I do commercial work. I have my commercial agent, and I also have my influencer manager. So I do,
Mhm,
content for brands as well.
mhm,
Um, yeah, so lots more of that to come, I recently got an email from someone who had purchased Moments Coffee, and their email said, I love this. I miss my grandma. So I thought it would be nice to share this email with you guys as I make some woman's coffee. So here it is. If you've ever spent time living with grandma as an adult, you know the invaluable experience of endless support, whether you like it or not, because you better eat what's on the menu, okay? Waking up and heading to the kitchen only to find grandma has already beat you there. The cafecito is brewing in the greco or the coffee pot, and the pan is already in the toaster. Timed perfectly by the time you sit down for breakfast, you're experiencing your first moment of the day, breakfast with abuela. It's only 7:30 a.m., but she's already talking to you about what to cook for dinner and has taken the meat out of the freezer. You drink your cup of coffee in a haste, collecting your blessings from grandma, and head out the door. We all know what comes next, the rat race. Whether you're off to a 9-to-5 small business or hustling your way to your next gig that you won't get paid for until 3 months later, you know, freelance life be killing me. You're on the go. Thankfully, you've had coffee to fuel you. You take on the day in full force, and by the end of it, you feel both accomplished and wiped out. Maybe you hit the gym before you go back home. Or not. When you arrive back home, grandma is still in the kitchen, as if she never left. Only this time, she's standing over a pot of white rice, beans, and steak with onions, already fixing you a plate before you even get to take your coat off. Like I said, support whether you like it or not. You won't say no, even though you would love a moment to breathe. You sit at the table in front of a delicious plate of love and steak. ¿Quieres totone? Grandma wants to know if you need even more food. You say no, but she makes it anyway, which comes in handy because the moment you see it, you realize you do want it. When you're stuffed to the point of regret, you hear, ¿Quieres café? You say yes because there's always room for coffee. And there you are after a long day, ending the way you began, sipping a cup of coffee with grandma. You learn all about what the neighbors have been up to, how the dog did that cute thing, and how your cousin had a fight with her mom, and your aunt might call you later to mediate. Just what you'd expect over some cafecito and dinner. These are the moments our coffee is for. When creating this brand, I thought, how can I put this feeling of connection in a cup? Which brew would this be? Light roast or dark? Is this an evening blend or morning? Our Evening with Abuela blend is sure to capture this feeling of home in a cup. Give it a try. I hope you loved that. And if you did, please go to my website and you can get 10% off when you add your name to our email listserv, and you'll get a lovely introduction to the brand. And yeah, check it out. Have maybe never thought about. So, you know, sometimes I'm like, wow, you know, do I have my hand in too many buckets? You know, I'm acting, I'm doing content, you know, I do some comedy, I do live sketch shows, and like, now I have a coffee brand, like, do I have my hand in too many things? But when I really think about it, you know, some of these things have been very intentional and some kind of fell in my lap. And, you know, I'm blessed for those opportunities that fell there. And I want to leave the door open for those to flourish as well. And you never know where it takes you. So I think it's very important to have an open mind and to really have a balance between intention and going with the flow.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Yeah.
I myself have found myself into that. And I am very grateful that this TV show has balanced me out.
Nice.
Sometimes, you know, if I'm not at a film festival, sometimes, you know, I'll do open mic comedy. But see, I went to open mic comedy to do a documentary about doing open mic comedy.
Mm-hmm. And then you ended up on stage.
Yes, I landed up on stage and I got a few laughs and I was like, you know what? This is not half bad. Am I ever planning to do a show and, you know, be a headliner and go for, you know, I applaud each and every person that does that. I know a good chunk of all of them, and I am exceptionally proud of all of them because they are tenacious, they're determined, and this is what they're about and this is what they do. And I think that's fantastic for them.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like the same thing why I was like, oh, you would be a great actress. I'm like, no, I like food. I'm sorry. And then I would ad-lib lines and I would just mess up an audition. So no.
So it wasn't what you wanted, right?
No. And then the same thing with you guys, you know, with the whole thing with comedy. Again, I'd have to like write material down. I'd have
You don't get to success on your own. When it comes to like building a community, you need to like do whatever the thing is that you're doing. You need to just continue to do it until somebody notices you. And eventually like somebody will notice. which takes being consistent and building your social media brand and presence. So the way I was able to build community is I made all these funny videos and I continued to do that. I was very consistent. And then other creators noticed me. And then, you just have to be like shameless and reaching out to people. That's how, I started making friends. I would say, just keep doing what it is that you need to do, whatever it is you love to do, and that'll naturally attract people. And you are also an entrepreneur and you make your living off of doing your creative things, which I'm so grateful to be able to do. I quit my job in 2023. Yeah, 2023. And, all of 2024 was my very first full-time self-employed year. And, it was a phenomenal year, lots of ups and downs. But like I was saying, I think when you are a creator, so much of, living that journey is being very intentional, but also leaving the door open for opportunity to come in that you have maybe never thought. If the trend doesn't genuinely excite you, don't do it. Don't hop on a trend just to create a trend. Like, be very intentional about what you're putting out there. If you need a trend to make content, you're not being original. That's how you lose yourself. So go back to the drawing board and figure out what you can do and what you actually care about, because riding trends the whole way is not it.
To be really like,
Thought of it wasn't exciting to you.
it was, but then it was just also stressful. I'm just like, I just want to do 5 minutes and get the heck off the stage.
And there's plenty of people that go to open mic just to honestly challenge themselves, maybe socially, and just get on stage. And yeah, there's a lot of people that do that. So you go ahead, do you?
Yeah, that's it. And I landed up, admitting that in the documentary. So now I'm trying to finish the editing and then release it later.
Okay,
And
good luck.
yeah,
Congratulations on like even pursuing making your own documentary. I know that's such a huge thing. So congratulations.
thank you. So I'd like to thank you for your time.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Keep it going, and don't worry. Sometimes, it's better to have your hand in many buckets than no buckets, because then when the buckets are not even full, it is a sad day.
I'm also happy with my hand in every bucket. Like, oftentimes people will tell me just focus on one thing. I've heard this advice so often. When I focus on one thing, like, I don't feel fulfilled. I like to do a lot of different things. And that is what makes me happy. So if I am on 4 different paths and I'm taking them all a little bit slower than if I was on one path and I'd maybe go faster, I'm okay with that, because I'm so happy and I'm enjoying the journey of life. I'm in no rush, and I'm just happy to be able to support myself and be creative and lean into that passion.
No, yeah. And it's more fulfilling, like you said.
Yeah.
Because if you weren't doing it, you'd be like, ooh. Like, a lot of people would have those moments like, where's the next paycheck? Where's the next thing coming from? And it's just like, yeah. So once again, shameless promo here. Here we go.
Yes, and I will shameless promo coffee. momentscoffee.us is the website.
Yes.
And moments.coffee.nyc is the Instagram.
Yes.
And you guys check it out. And if you want to check me out, I am the Jasmine Ruiz on Instagram. That is the TheJasmineRuiz. And check it out.
Yes. And once again, Moments Coffee. These are the lovely flavors.
Yes.
Afternoon Revive is, guess what it is? It is
espresso blend.
And then Morning Hustle is a nice, sweet, beautiful blend.
Yeah, no, Morning Hustle is a nice single origin, very light, easy to drink.
Exactly.
Check it out.
So check them out, order them, support. Let's go.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Alrighty.